I just ended a friendship um, that I thought was going to be like a lifelong friendship. And at first, I was feeling a lot of like anxiety about doing so. Not because I thought I was making the wrong decision, but it was just something a previous version of myself wouldn't have done because this individual is in a like rocky, unstable place in their life. And a previous version of me would have thought, like, I know I don't trust this person anymore and I'm not very interested in having them in my life, but like, I don't want to abandon them. I don't want them to feel abandoned. I don't know why I felt the need to use a synonym there, but um, yeah. But I really thought over the decision and I stood by my decision and I explained, but I handled it differently than what I would have before. Like, I don't know, like previous, I don't know. I've definitely ghosted people, like just like stopped talking to them people before, and I would tell myself like it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Like, there's no point in saying anything. Like, they're not gonna listen. It's not gonna be well received. But I don't know if that was just like a fear of mine of like them not caring, because I think I shared I sent to oh yeah, my video Stop Defending Abusers. I talk about sending two text messages to people that like I cared about. I thought cared about me or whatever, and like they really disappointed me in like some perspectives that they took and stances that they took. And I explained. One responded and apologized, and the other person just never responded, and it was very disappointing and hurtful. But it was a step towards just like enlightenment and all that. But like with this text, I ended the friendship over text. So so shady stuff happened, and then I found like they let it slip during a FaceTime call, and I was so like bothered and upset, and I was giving my perspective, and they were just kind of laughing, like, yeah, and like they didn't see like how, I don't know, something, there was a huge disconnect that was going on, and I was just like, I need to end this conversation. And then later that day they messaged like, how are you feeling after our conversation, like, I'm sorry, like just a vague apology. And I was just like, I feel very betrayed, and they just said sorry. And I mean, and I'm not mad about that. Like, what can you do at that point besides just say sorry? Um, maybe like, I don't know. I guess I could get very particular about like what would have been more helpful. Of like maybe like really like instead of just like sorry, but like explaining like if I felt like there was an understanding of my perspective and like why what was done was so hurtful, and that just did not happen. So it just leaves me feeling like you would do it again. You would do it again. And the next day they just messaged me, hey, and I just responded like, and it just bothered me, like, seriously, hey, like, don't hate me. And that further added to feeling like they would just do it again, like it's not a big deal to them. And then I sorry, there's like little noises that distracted me. But anyways, I just responded, I'm not ready to talk to you, because I didn't want, I want it to be more mature than just ghosting, and I care about this individual. It's just I no longer trust them is the thing. Like, I want them to do well in life and succeed and all that. It's just there's just trust that has been irreparably broken, which is what I mentioned in the text message. I was like, the next day I messaged like, I've been delaying sending this message, but it's becoming clear to me the content isn't going to change. I'm trying to this is from memory, so it might not be verbatim. But anyways, I've been delaying sending this message, but I've come to realize the content isn't going to change. I'm going to eventually forgive you, but I no longer trust you. And I really thought over, because I was going to say I forgive you. Then I looked up the definition of forgiveness, and it's like no longer feel angry or hurt by a person or situation. And I feel definitely, I feel hurt. Still very, very hurt. The sting is still there. So the forgiveness is not fully accomplished. And I didn't want to lie. So I thought that was just a better way to phrase it. And then I said, I no longer trust you. And I don't. And like I mentioned already, like I just feel like they would do it again. Like I just feel like continuing that relationship or just like whatever, not putting an end to it is just leaving myself susceptible to future hurt unnecessarily. I don't like living life while being guarded. So I'm not going to have people around me that make me feel as though I have to be guarded. You know, I want to have people around that I feel safe being vulnerable with. And because of that, I've shed a lot of dead skin. Picture a snake shedding skin, even though a snake is like not something that people really want to compare themselves to, but like the imagery of like the shedding the dead skin is what I'm going for with the comparison. But then the conflict was coming from like a situation that she basically has been, I feel as though she's been taken advantage of by someone. Like someone is taking advantage of her vulnerable state, and that's fucked up. And I was like, I still stand by my perspective on the situation. This is how I feel. I hope you're able to lean on your treatment team and you're able to lean on a healthy support system. I wish you well. Better days are ahead. And after I sent that, I felt like a huge weight lifted. There's something still kind of there because I was like, I hope, you know, I don't want to be hurtful, you know, towards anyone. And the next day she said, I'm sorry and thank you. And I was just like, oh, I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I took the route where I gave closure, if that's what she would want. Closure to her, closure to me. It was like, I guess I could have, I don't know, I didn't want to turn it into a freaking speech. Like, I don't know, I guess I could have been like, I enjoyed the memories we've made. I did leave that part out, but it's kind of late to say something about it now. But I don't know. It's just of an experience I wanted to share, that putting a graceful end to a friendship. Yeah, I guess I didn't expect to feel this like warmness of like, because at first I was gonna wait until my therapy session before sending the text message, and I was just like, no, like I can make this decision on my own. I know how I feel. I'm very emphatic on this choice of ending this relationship. I see no other way. But yeah, I just wanted to share that experience. Maybe in the comments you can share with me a time that you've ended a friendship or relationship. What method do you use, if you agree with that, and if you would do anything differently now. Just share the experience, how it went, how it was received. Yeah, and if you would change anything about it now, but also like the impact it's left on you. Like, was it for the best? Do you have any regrets? Let me know.